Thank you very much to our friends for welcoming and accepting Cindy into this country, their country, and for sharing the special ceremony with us. And so Patrick, Annalie and Craig, for friends, community members, our friends from the police, and those from the other services here. In the midst of the tragic loss of Cindy, we just take this moment this afternoon to pause at this place to remember her and to very much consider our own deep sadness. This afternoon we're invited to find comfort and hope in whatever way seems right for us as we remember the life of this unique woman, Cindy Waldron. We know that death at any time is incredibly overwhelming, and the impact of sudden death is perhaps so much more distressing, for it does happen without warning or a chance to anticipate what lies ahead. At one level, it allows no time for goodbyes, no time perhaps to make amends or ask forgiveness, and no time to express the love we feel but we don't always verbalise. At one level, we can feel that the unfinished business of the day can never be transacted. But really, perhaps above all, sudden death can remind us that each day is very much a precious gift. Not to be lived as if it's the last, but rather to be lived as if it's the best. To be enjoyed as much as possible, to take opportunities to be challenged and stretched in all we do, in our skills and abilities. And I gather that Cindy found many ways to enjoy life, even if sometimes it frustrated those that she loved and who loved her. She was capable of much and she did much, and she loved those who cared about her with a deep and abiding love. I'm going to invite Annalie to sing for us now. Thank you very much. I'd like to share a small reading from the Bible with you. It was, as we best understand, it was written by a person who was faced with a distressing event in their life. They were experiencing despair and they were looking for some point of hope. It comes from the Psalms, Psalm 121. Begins, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. And perhaps we could say, and look out to the ocean. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. And so today we gather in this confusing time. Words, of course, can never even possibly go anyway towards describing the depth and the sadness and grief that, particularly for family and others, feel at this unexpected death of Cindy. Far too early in her life, and I'm sure she had lots more of those things to do. But we can take time at this place of farewell to celebrate and remember her unique personality that showed itself in so many different ways. And we can know that that's something that death can never take away. A lot of us here didn't know Cindy, perhaps at all or very well. We've been fortunate, we've read some of the stories that the family have kindly shared with different people. We've read about her, and in conversations we can learn more about her. But certainly it would seem that even for me, from the small picture of her that I have, it reminds us that the influence of a special person doesn't disappear, whether they're distant because of geography, or indeed if they're distant because of death. Certainly the struggle is always now, isn't it, that there'll be no physical connection with Cindy in the same way as there has been. No opportunities for phone calls. But it's not just the physical things that remain that keep our memories. It is in fact more often the influence, in this instance, that Cindy had on various lives, and the way that she allowed her life to be influenced by others. For I am sure that if she were able to speak to you, she would want to tell many here really, or those that she knew, that they made her life a better one because they loved her, because you loved her. In many ways it will be that influence, that legacy of life, which will probably form the greatest lifelong memory for certainly you as family and others.